What is going on, squad? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives, Make Money on the Internet podcast. It's your boy, Brian Mark. And in today's episode, I'm joined by my clients on Podchats. This is a coaching call that we host inside of our mentorship program, the PT Domination Mentorship Program for online fitness coaches. Now, if you're new to the podcast, 3 different programs that we offer. Level 1, if you're just getting started, we offer the Change Lives Academy. This program will help you get from 0 to 5 to 10K a month. Level 2 is the 10K Mastermind. This program will take you from 5K to 15K a month. And level 3 is $1 Million Mastermind. Once you're making $15,000 a month and you want to learn how to scale, we will teach you how to do those things. Inside of the 10K Mastermind, we really focus on 3 things: content, lead generation, sales. Those are the 3 things that are going to get you to $15,000 a month. Without further ado, let's bring on some of the squad and hear some wins. Mr. Elliot Allen, tell me something good, brother.
Snap, what's up, Brian? Happy birthday, dude.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I was talking about you today to a potential client. I've got a client that is working with female athletes and helping them get scholarships. And I'm like, oh, bro, you got to check out my boy Elliot's page.
That's actually funny. That's kind of the line of my question I got for you. It's a little bit of a goofy one.
We love goofy questions.
I got the opportunity maybe to partner with somebody, and I was going to see if you had any advice on it. If not, that's totally cool. But it just came up today, and it's somebody who strictly does recruitment. Whereas obviously my whole goal is to get athletes through the recruitment process and get them recruited, play at a high level. I just do that through fitness, training, nutrition, all that. So he came to me. He came out actually one of my group calls this Monday, and the kids loved it. Parents loved it. And he actually just asked me today about like working together and whatnot. And he even would entertain the idea of partnering up together. I don't know if you had like any advice on that or whatnot. He's a lot further along in his business than I am, which could help a lot. But just kind of seeing if you had any advice.
Depends have you had any sort of context in terms of what he's looking for, or like what specifically is he looking for?
So basically he can't work with kids until they're at recruitment age, which is sophomores and up. But his lead generation brings in a lot of parents of athletes who are the younger age that I work with, like 12, 13, 14. So he's talking about like kind of blending our programs where we can bring those younger kids in and start doing the development stuff, the performance stuff, and kind of like work together that way. So that's kind of like the context we have now. We're going to meet up again over the weekend, probably Saturday or Sunday.
Cool.
And talk through a little bit more.
Yeah. So that's good. So we're in like exploratory phase.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you I'm going to give you all the thoughts because I want to give you as much value as I can. First thought is I never enter into a partnership with people until I know exactly what the other side is willing to bring to the table, and what the other side is looking for. I also am never going to reveal my cards and kind of like show what I'm looking for immediately. I want to kind of go in collecting data. So that's the first thing is like, so overall, the idea, Elliot, sounds really good. Like, because he's got a bunch of potential clients that could work with you, and you've got his avatar, and like there's people, this would also work better for you as well. Because if you're working with athletes that are trying to get recruited, a recruiter, there's a lot of synergy. I think that you need to figure out what his business model is, and then he needs to figure out what your business model is. And then it needs to be conversations about how we can synergistically work together. Like it all depends. And I would just go into that conversation, just be like, I'm super open to exploring, and I'd love to kind of like tell you what I'm doing. You can tell me what you're doing, and we can kind of see if there's synergy. And then let's collect data, because number one, I would never, give a percentage of my business away to somebody ever. Doesn't matter how big they are. I've made that mistake multiple times, Elliot, where I'm like, oh, if I just give, percentage of my business away to this one person, then it's going to skyrocket it. Never happens. Don't do it. So I think just being cognizant of that is important. But I also think that going into this conversation and just going into it like from exploratory phase, because there's a world where everybody wins, he's got a bunch of people that come to him that don't get served, and he doesn't have a program or he can't work with them. And then he sends traffic your way. And then, there's a kickback involved with that. And then athletes that you end up training, you send to him. Like there's a big win-win scenario. We just need to figure out a way that it actually works.
Yeah, I don't think he's thinking like a percentage cut type of thing. I think he's definitely wanting to figure out some way that we can kind of blend our stuff together, and take advantage of because I think he said within the last 3 months, he's got over 300, and these are parents too, not just kids filling out his application form, but well over 300 parents looking to help their athlete get recruited, and he just can't work with them. He can't do anything, and they're just sitting there. So
that's literally your ideal client.
Exactly. That's I like starting them at that age too, like because they haven't developed too many of the terrible habits, that 11, 12, 13 range. So yeah, it could work out well. That helps me focus on like what to think about the next few days. So that's really what I was looking for, dude.
If I kind of like what goes off the top of my head is like, he's got 300 people that are sitting there, nothing is happening with whatsoever. So like what goes off the top of my head is like those 300 people and all the people that are coming in, there's like a bigger kickback that goes to him. Depends on the size of his business, but I would start at 30%, be like, well, how about this? Like I'll take all those clients on for you. I'll literally do everything end to end, start to finish, and I'll give you a 30% kickback of anything that I make. That's the first thing. And if he goes for that, that's the best deal possible. But then the next best deal possible would be 40%, because even if you're making 60% and you just get an access to an unlimited lead pool, like if you're running Facebook and Instagram ads, you're like, when you get to higher levels, you're still going to have to pay for traffic anyways. Like you're
Right.
going to have to pay for people to get under the calendar. You're going to have to pay for people to like show up for calls. Like you're going to have to, you know what I mean? So like the cost will be there regardless. Like right now at the level that you're at with your business, Elliot, like you're keeping 100% of the profits, but as you scale, it's not like that. There's always a cost for acquisition. So this would just be like the cost for acquisition would be like the 60%, but then you would get like somebody that's trusted that literally is like, yeah, go hire Elliot, and
Right.
they would, because you're a trusted advocate. So yeah, I would say 30% would be the ideal scenario, but I would also be willing to do 40%.
Awesome. That gives me a lot to think about, dude. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for being my client. Talk soon.
Later.
Peace out. What's up, Marilyn? Tell me some wins.
Hello. Hi, Brian. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Wins are that I've been signing clients every single week. I signed one yesterday and I have another call today. So things are going. So I have a quick question for you about Black Friday. So whenever I do have calls with people and they just said no, or maybe later, I have a list of them and I don't always follow up with them. And I know this is a perfect time to do it. Just wondering what would be the best way to go about following up with them from basically since January, because I've been keeping track of all of them.
Are you doing a 4-day challenge or a 14-day challenge?
14-day challenge. Yeah. So I'm
Perfect.
doing it. I'm going to announce it this Sunday, and then I have everything ready for them by Friday. And then we start Monday, the 10th, I believe it is.
So if I were you, what I would do is I would go through every single person on this list, and I would just send them a message right now. And the message would just be like, hey, Marilyn, hope you're having a great week. I just wanted to check in with you and see how you're doing. Message one,
Okay.
every single one of them, because, ideally we get some conversations going. But even if you send the message and they don't respond, that's completely fine, because then the first outreach is just you saying, hi, hey, Marilyn, just
Yeah.
wanted to check in, see how you're doing. So we basically reestablish connection. Then on Sunday, when you launch a challenge, I would follow back up. And especially if the people that are replying to you at that point, it's going to be super easy. And the people that are replying to you, I would just check in with them, like just have a conversation. Like it doesn't have to lead anywhere. And then when you launch your challenge on Saturday, that is when I'd go back into the list. I would send a quick voice note and I'd be like, Marilyn, hope you're having a great week. I just wanted to send you a personal message because I know that earlier on in the year, we chatted about the fact that you wanted to, be in the best shape of your life by the time the year ends. Well, we're coming up on the end of the year, and what I wanted to do for you is I wanted to give you access to my free 14-day challenge. It is starting XYZ time, and I would love to get you involved. There's no catch. It's completely free. Are you interested? And then get a bunch of people in your 14-day challenge and then warm them back up and then convert.
Okay, perfect. And then because we're going to be doing, I believe it's the 14-day challenge. And then on the 25th or 26th, that Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I'll do a giveaway. How do I go about selling Black Friday on a 14-day challenge? Because I don't think I've ever done that before.
It's just early access. So I wouldn't think too far ahead of that. You're just basically going to give them early access to your challenge. We're going to be doing a training on that specifically coming soon. So don't think.
Oh, we are? Okay. I'm excited for that. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be like it's like an early access stuff, but we'll do a training covering that and going over that.
Okay, awesome. So I think this is good for now, and then I'll start doing that for this week.
Cool. Love it so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Marilyn. How's the baby doing, by the way?
Oh, she's good. Look at her.
How old is she now?
She's 2.5 months.
I have so much more.
So,
It's insane. My
yeah,
wife has the
I know
baby.
your baby's so cute
I
too.
literally
Congrats.
I can't imagine. Like I can't imagine doing all the work and having the baby. It's fucking crazy.
You know how it is now, right?
It's crazy. I do know how it is, but she's upstairs with the baby right now. That's why I'm saying you got the baby on your lap. That's why I'm like fucking respect to you, girl. Goddamn.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. All
Cool.
right.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. What's up, Daniel? How you doing, brother?
How you going, mate?
I'm doing fucking great. I love that smile, bro. Tell me some wins.
I've been with you guys officially a year now, and I just had a record month, 17K.
Hey, what do we start at?
$400 a month.
You start at $400 a month, and in 12 months, we got to $17,000 a month.
17K. That's it, mate.
Damn. What would you say, like, to the people watching this video? What would you say are like one or the two of the things that helped you get there?
Learning how to talk to my people. Then that was this week as well, especially, mate. I've had the least objections I've had this month than ever. I'd get on calls and, mate, like, don't get me wrong, there'd be the occasional objection, but man, is this price good for you? Yep, 100% it is. And man, there was nothing. I was like, shit, where's my objection? Nothing. It changed the game. It's crazy.
Drop some love in the chat box for Danny boy. Come on, Danny boy. Danny boy. Daniel, I just gotta say something. I love working with you, bro. I love how positive you are, how hardworking you are, how dedicated you are. You're just a good person. I love working with you, bro. How can I help you?
You're a good bloke, mate. All right. Now, here's my thing, because now I've got 30 or so, 35 clients or so, and I'm realizing my check-in days are taking me way too long. So check-ins are taking me, I put them all on one day, and it's taking me like 8 to 10 hours to knock over all these check-ins.
Yeah.
Now, as I obviously keep going, do I start thinking of, spreading them out over a couple of days, or because now I'm thinking like, shit, like I got a 14-day, and then that's the next thing, a 14-day challenge. I'm like, man, I don't know if I can do a 14-day challenge and take more guys. I'm gonna freaking hit a wall. Like I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. So first thing is when your time is stretched, right? First thing we need to do is we need to optimize. So this is for everybody. Whenever you have a time constraint, whether that's with content, whether that's with check-ins, whether that's with DMs, whatever, first thing you do is you need to optimize. You don't outsource, you optimize. And so first question, Danny, how long does each check-in take you?
Between 20 minutes to half an hour.
Okay. Now, how long are your video responses to your clients in your check-ins?
10 to 15 minutes.
Shorten them down to 3 to 5.
Someone has told me that before. How do you do that without feeling like I'm giving them enough value?
But I want to catch 22 this, okay? Because like we think it's like, oh, I want to give them a 15-minute video because I want them to get as much value as possible. But like, what if they're fucking busy? What if they got shit going on? What if they got other shit they're doing, Maybe they don't have time to watch a 15-minute video. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we think that in order to, give more value, we need to like blah, 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 blah. But like, what if they just want what if they just want to know what to do, what to not do, what they're doing good, and then that's it? So the way that I like to structure my check-ins, Danny, is very simple. First things first, it's like I'll go through the check-in and I'll find the biggest win. And I start the check-in by celebrating the win. Yo, Danny, what's going on, bro? Hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to shoot this video over to you. This is a response to your check-in. First things first, bro, congratulations. Last week, you dropped 2 pounds. I know that was our major goal from the previous week, so you absolutely crushed it. I also noticed on your workouts, you did this, 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 and this, and your nutrition was absolutely fucking dialed in. So, bro, top tier. So first things first is I celebrate a win. Second thing is I notice something that they're struggling with. So like, I notice that you're struggling with da-da-da-da-da-da. And so because you're struggling with da-da-da-da-da-da, this is the specific coaching and feedback and advice I'm going to give you based on this thing. Maybe it's mindset, maybe it's whatever, Third thing is if there's any questions that they have specifically for me in the check-in, I'll address those questions. And then the fourth thing is I give them one piece of homework. And that is my structure, right? That is my structure. Now, the reason this is so fucking important, Danny, is to learn how to optimize is because, bro, if you think about, let's just do the math on this, okay? I just want to fucking paint a picture for you. So right now you got 35 clients, right? But what's your goal for your business, Danny? How much money do you want to make per month? 6 months from now, where do you want to be?
At least consistent 25K months.
Okay. So in 6 months, you're fucking thinking too small, Danny. Let's pretend you're at $30,000 a month, which means we need to double your client base. So you got 70 clients, and each check-in right now takes you 15 minutes. That's 1,050 minutes divided by 60. That's 17.5 hours straight of check-ins, but we all know how check-ins go, right? They're not set. It's not like you do a check-in, then you're balls deep into the next check-in. It's like you do a check-in, you take a 5-minute breather, you might get a coffee, you might like take some time to decompress, you open up the next one. So let's multiply this by 2. Like that's like 35 hours that you're going to spend per week doing check-ins, So you absolutely have to solve that problem. And another problem is that if we don't learn how to optimize now, Danny, then when we hire a coach to help us with this, your coach is only going to be able to take on 30 clients, which means you're going to have to hire double the amount of coaches in order to work with the same amount of clients because your coaches don't know how to optimize their time either. So it starts with optimizing your time. So if right now you're doing 15 to 10 minutes, what I would recommend doing is setting a 5-minute timer per check-in. So you literally just have your fucking timer on your phone and you go like this. And the maximum it can be is 5 minutes. You just give yourself a time constraint, So my recommendation is that you keep them all on the same day and then you give them a time constraint and then come back next week and tell me how that goes.
All right, done. Well, that answers my next question. Well, actually, the next one is about this Black Friday and the challenge coming up. So I had a surgery that was booked in for early November. It's been pushed back to literally the 19th now. I'm going to be incapacitated for like 4 or 5 days, which is going to affect obviously going live or anything like that. How would you play that around, like being able to still do a challenge before Black Friday?
I wouldn't be doing a challenge during my surgery. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And now it's like stuff that whole thing up. So do I?
Are you doing a 14-day challenge or a 4-day challenge?
The plan was to do a 14 because I'm just comfortable with them. But I mean,
do a 4 because you have to.
do a 4. Yeah.
I do a 4 because you have to,
Yeah.
It's like
All right.
you literally, there's nothing you can do about being incapacitated. And also I will say that like while you're in the surgery, because I'm assuming you're going to be probably in the surgery for like 24 hours. I'm not going to ask what the surgery is because that's obviously personal. Is it like 24 hours? Is that what it is? And then you're going to be in bed?
Yeah.
So like if I were you, if this was my business, I'm not giving you advice because it's your business, but if this was my business, what I would do is I'd be giving updates from like the hospital on like how everything's going because people love that shit. They love to follow the journey.
Yeah, I figured. All right, cool. It's pretty relative as well. Easy. Thank you, mate. You're a legend. Happy birthday.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for being my client. Congratulations on 17K. I'm proud of you.
Cheers, mate. We got there.
Peace. Gina, we got another record breaker in the fucking chat. Gina, I've been watching your posts. What's up?
What's up, Brian? I increased my prices and sold a 6-month package today, which was amazing. I hit over 12K this month, and we're not even at the end of the month, and I have a renewal coming up. So I'm going to push for 15K this month.
We love that. How can I be of service to you?
It's really exciting. So I just wanted to piggyback a little bit off that last conversation there. And I was thinking like starting my clients out doing weekly check-ins and then moving them in like for the first month and then moving them into bi-weekly check-ins and kind of like positioning it as, I know you're just getting started. We really want to get the momentum rolling and then try and move them into bi-weekly. I don't know if that strategy is decent or what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I would say probably 70% of the coaches in the MDM do bi-weekly check-ins. And it's positioned as because the changes that we make to your program, like we just want to give them a chance to actually settle in. I also do think that like if we're going to do bi-weekly check-ins, it's really important to just do like a pulse check on the Friday, just to like make sure that they're still on track. Because the thing about weekly check-ins is it does really hold people accountable to their weekly goals. So if we're going to take a step back from doing weekly check-ins, we just need to make sure that the clients are still following the program because adherence is the number one. It's going to be the number one driver of retention and results. So yeah, I'm a fan of it. We just need to make sure that the systems in our business are still set up in a way that we're getting our clients to adhere to the program.
Okay, got it. Perfect. Secondly so I haven't got through the content mastery yet. I was working through the mindset modules and trying to do what you had recommended a little while back. And so that is absolutely, on my task list. But what I'm finding, I still have to produce content, even though I haven't gone through it, is that I'm just getting stuck in the scripting. Like I'm sitting there and then I'm like, I know who my avatar is. And then I just spend way too long. And then I have to get a piece of content out that day. And that blows my time block for that. I just can't seem to get past that. I don't know what to do.
What do you think I'm going to tell you to do?
I don't know.
Go do content mastery. It will
just forward that.
Yeah, it will help you solve that problem. I know it's probably the most fucking annoying piece of advice ever. It's kind of like I'm like your dad being like, brush your teeth. You're like, shut the hell up. Okay. Tell me what to do. But I like when you do content mastery, it'll teach you how to like batch. It'll teach you how to like batch script, batch record, which will help you solve this problem. Because like the ideal scenario, Gina, is we're not creating content on the daily. That's the ideal scenario, is that we create content for the week. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's killing me, it's crushing me. So
yeah,
I got to figure it out. I got to do it. And I'll post in the group as I complete the modules.
I appreciate you. Thanks for being my client. Congratulations on selling a 6-month PIF. Let's go.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, Gina. Talk to you soon. What's up, Aaron?
What's up, Brian? Happy birthday, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. Tell me some wins, big dog.
All right. So last week we had our mastermind. It went great. All the people who were in the mastermind we went through was flipping amazing. We also had our first that we sold like 6-month PIF, and we had a viral video that like blew up like 1.4 million views and like shares, 64,000 shares and stuff like that. We also got like 250 new followers from that reel, but it was like more of a fun reel, right? So, and you can imagine if it's like a fun reel, the people you attract, it's not the avatar, right?
Yeah, totally.
So the question is, how do we do better conversion rate content? Because like, I don't know if we don't hitting the right avatar, because every time we have also call to action like DM coach and then I'll help you out, like almost never somebody writes something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just asking, like, is it maybe the same shitty dad advice that you said before, watch content mastery, or is there something specific that we could like do to improve?
2 questions. One, what's your Instagram?
dr.matyk, like MATYK.
MATYK.
Yeah.
Dr. Martin Maddock?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. So who's your avatar?
It's a skinny high performer who wants to put on muscle.
Okay. Skinny high performer that wants to put on muscle. Got it. And so
Yeah.
when you say, I've got a couple follow-up questions to this. So one, have you done Content Mastery yet or not yet?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you have. Okay, perfect.
We did, yeah.
Now, so that's one question that I have. Now, in regards to like the way that I view conversion content is the conversion content that you're posting on your page is not necessarily going to drive inbound immediately, but it will cause people to be very responsive to your outbound. So I think that we just need to change the way that we're viewing conversion content. Like because you guys have 3567 followers. That's what I'm seeing right now, right? So, and we're getting, 900 to 3,000 views on our videos. Some videos get 7,000, 10,000, etc. So we should be 100% focused on making sure that the messaging in our content is speaking specifically to our ideal client demographic, their pain points or problems or goals, etc. And then we should be focused on messaging people that are interacting with that content, because those people are going to be hyper responsive. In terms of how do we get more inbounds to the page, the only way that that happens is the page has to grow. Like if the page grows and more people come to the page, we'll get more inbounds. Until that happens, we need to interact with people that are interacting with our content. So like that would be the focus. Is like, I don't think there's anything wrong with your conversion content per se, but I think that the goal of conversion content isn't just to get inbounds. It is to make sure that when we do send outbounds, that the people are more responsive because they come to our page and the page is designed specifically for us. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So just because you say like the growing part, so I've seen a couple of Instagram profiles or coaches in the program, like Ragnar, for example, and they're like having like something like 500 views, 900 views, like not even a comment or something, but they're still doing all that conversion. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I
like
remember.
the reason, so that's a good point. So he's got 26,000 followers, right?
Mm.
But Ragnar's growing, and Ragnar started out, by the way, you guys, just so everyone's clear, in the 10K Mastermind. He started taking the boosted post stuff that we were talking about inside of the 10K Mastermind. Babe, I'm on a call.
Okay.
He started taking the boosted post stuff that we talked about in the 10K Mastermind, and he started slowly implementing. And all we're doing right now is we're boosting posts. But then when people are coming to his page, the content is highly targeted towards his ideal client demographic. So
Okay.
so when people follow him and he DMs them, they're significantly more likely to respond. That's like Ragnar, bro, is a good example of like his content. Like if you look at his views, and guys, he was in the 10K Mastermind like 5 months ago, and now he's in the MDM. He just did a $30,000 month. He actually sent me a DM on Facebook, and he was like, "Yo, bro, like I want to do an interview inside of the 10K Mastermind for the clients because I literally can't sleep thinking about how much you changed my life." He
Wow.
was in the same position you guys are in. So boosting posts towards his ideal client demographic. His content is highly targeted towards his ideal client demographic. He's booking 25 to 30 sales calls a week from the boosted post.
Wow.
And it started out with a small amount. So it was just $20 a day. So if the content on your page is highly targeted towards your ideal client demographic, and the boosted post that we run is highly targeted towards your ideal client demographic, and we're outbounding every person that follows us, they're more likely to respond because they are your ideal client demographic. And that's how we're going to grow.
Okay, I see. Okay. Would that be a strategy for us to just try the boosted posts, like starting from today, and just try it out?
I think every single person in the 10K Mastermind should have a boosted post going for minimum $10 to $20 a day.
If I remember correctly, you said only one boosted post
Only
that
one.
you were running.
Yep.
Okay.
There's a training that I recorded in the portal for you guys as well. It's a new
Yeah.
training. Yeah, it's a boosted post training.
I know. I remember. I was there last time.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Also, the messaging part, that you just talked about. Like, how specific? Like, are you with the words that you use? Like, you don't say if you're a busy professional. Like Ragnar, for example, he does not say that. Like, he does not say the word busy professional or was high performer. I don't know. I forgot what it says in his bio, but
I'll give you an example. So, like, if I'm talking about content, I'm going to give you an example of content and like that I would post, and then I'll give you an example of content that you could post. So like an example, if I wanted to talk about content creation, Aaron, I could say you're posting content that isn't getting views, and the reason that it's not getting views is because you're not speaking to one specific person. If I wanted to speak to a fitness coach, I could say you're a fitness coach that posted a piece of content that got 4,200 views and you got no inbound DMs, and as a result, you're not signing fitness clients. So it's like it's the same video, but I'm just inserting the language. Now, I could also use this to illustrate specific pain points that I know that fitness coaches are going through. And this is the thing about fitness, and this is for everybody on the call. The thing about fitness is like the concepts are universally relatable. So if you're talking, Aaron, about how to get a bigger chest, how to get a bigger chest is relatable to, men. It's relatable to men that are trying to gain weight, men that are trying to lose weight, etc. So we just have to label the specific pains that our avatar is going through, and we just have to make sure that we're explaining and articulating those pains. Like the fitness coach that posts a piece of content that gets 4,200 views, but then gets no inbound DMs and has no people reaching out about coaching, feels that pain when I say that message. Right. So I need to like
Got it.
articulate that. So like, it's not necessarily about labeling the person. It's more about labeling the pain. Right. So like if for you as an example, you could do a video, Aaron, that's like, here's how to get a bigger chest as a guy. Or you could do a video that's like, if you put your t-shirt on and your pecs don't fill up your shirt and you feel like, you know what I mean? Then here's how to get a
Exactly.
bigger
That's
chest
what we
as a guy.
did. Yeah. That's exactly what we started. Like the last post was just about that. Like, hey, how do you train to make your shirt explode? I think it was something like that.
Boom.
Yeah. Okay,
Boom.
I got it. And just one last question about the Black Friday part. So I talked to Janelle and she said that would make sense to just do a 4-day challenge like a couple of days before Black Friday, like starting, so 12th November having the whisper, and then 23rd November starting the challenge, right? And and then you have the flash sale at the end. That's what she said. I just hadn't had time to ask what she means with a flash sale. So what does that mean specifically when you talk about a flash sale in our case, for example?
A flash sale is basically a sale, like a discount on your program that expires after a certain period of time.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'd be like
Okay, so
24-hour flash sale. So it's a discount on your program that would expire after a timeline.
Okay. So then after we've done the 4-day challenge, you just say, hey guys, everybody who's been in here, we want to give you an offer since you've been in the challenge, blah, blah, blah. And then you say, we only have, I don't know, 60 spots left. And here is the offer. That's basically it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Got it. Well, thanks a lot, Brian.
Appreciate you, Aaron. Have a great day, bro. Thanks for being my client.
You too,
Talk
brother.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Stevie. What's up, Stevie?
What's up, Brian? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I think
so
everyone
much.
needs to say it at least once.
Thank you. How are you? Tell me some wins.
I'm doing good. Okay, so I implemented my morning routine again, like you told me last week. It's feeling better. I'm trying to not fall asleep during meditation in the morning, but we're hashing it out. And I'm feeling a lot better with trying to get a new rhythm. So thank you.
I love it.
Also told that job no next week because they asked me to come work for 2 or 3 days to drive an hour and a half to work for 10 hours and then drive an hour and a half home. And I said, fuck off about that. I said, I will drive a max of 45 minutes because I still have shit to do after I work for you. So they have some new boundaries.
I love that.
Which I feel good about too. So thank you. Okay. My question is, I'm going to tell you a stunning statistic here.
Okay.
I've been with you guys for a year and a half. I have signed a lot of people through DMs, but I've only signed 4 people that I've never met before the entire time I've been working with you. Everybody else has been someone I've known in the past or someone who knows someone that I know that's like has a little bit of built-in rapport.
Yep.
So that post that I boosted, I think like 3 weeks ago, we talked about it. A post I boosted and I got like 1,700 followers in 7 days from it, which for me is like the best a boosted post has ever done. And then just Katie to definitely say, do it, boost the post, find the post, boost the post. It's gonna change everything. I have not, up until Saturday, messaged any of those people because I was totally buried with this job. So I'm starting to go through and message these people. I don't know if I'm just in my head about this, but like talking to people I've never met before doesn't seem to be obviously as easy. All of these leads feel like they're super cold. I've messaged, I just did the math, 170 of those people since Saturday. And I've only gotten like 10 to 15 replies, which feels low. I don't know what like a good reply rate is.
Out of how many people, sorry?
170, like 10 to 15 replied or responded at all.
Yeah, so I would say out of 100 people, we would probably want to be getting around a like 15 to 20% response rate.
Okay.
But there's a couple things to be considered. So the first thing to be considered is like, if you're really busy, Stevie, and you're running a boosted post, I would probably just turn the ManyChat feature on so that it automatically sends them the message, because there's certain things to say about like recency, which basically means when somebody follows you, like we want to make sure that we hit that person up as soon as humanly possible, because that's when the interest is going to be the absolute highest. So yeah, I would say that recency is really important with that. So the stats aren't necessarily true, because if we don't message somebody as soon as they follow us, then their interest kind of like, as soon as they follow us, they're interested. And then the interest literally just slowly dies out. It's kind of like if somebody like sends us a DM that says like fat loss or whatever our keyword is, If we don't message them back, the interest slowly fades out. So yeah, I would say continue the outbounds for now. And yes, it is going to be harder because they don't know you. And the downside of being a great personal trainer like you are in person is you can kind of like, it takes you a little bit of time to actually commit to doing the social media thing and going balls to the wall, because you have so many people that you know in person, and you know there's so many people in your network. So it takes a little bit of time to like fully commit to that process. But now I think we got to fully commit, because obviously you want to make this a full-time career.
I mean, it's freaking time. Like I've been doing the work, I've been posting, my content's getting a ton better.
Yep.
I've just had people in my network that have organically been there already as inbound leads up until this point, like at least 1 to 2 a month.
And the thing is, like, to scale to the next level, it was the same thing for me at first, Stevie. Like every single client that I worked with for probably the first year of my business was somebody that I knew. But to scale to the next level, you're going to have to start selling strangers. And so that means
It's
you're going to have to get used to talking to strangers. You're going to have to get used to like warming up strangers, nurturing strangers, like, because like the goal is that we're able to meet somebody on social media and send them as a client. So we just have to learn that process. So now we've committed to the content. Now we need to commit to the lead gen process. Then we need to commit to the sales process. But it all comes from like the baseline commitment of like, I will fucking be at XYZ goal by XYZ time, you know? And then
I did that too, by the way.
I know
I figured out my numbers. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
high. I
Yeah.
have to have like 12K before I can quit these jobs.
Yeah. So like that means that from that commitment, everything else snowballs, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So I just gotta would you say just like start just sending the messages so you can learn like what's working and what's not? Do you have like a process, like send 50 with this opener, 50 with this opener, like any advice for that?
I would just stick to one, and then just stick to one for every single one. And then we'll monitor the response rate. But we also have to know that like the response rate isn't necessarily true because we didn't hit them up as soon as they came in.
Yeah.
So
they're old now, like 2 to 3 weeks old now. I turned off the post because I was like, I'm not able to respond to these people right now. So I don't have anything running because I just need to catch up.
So same one for all. Number one priority, by the way, wouldn't be messaging them all. It would be messaging them. And then once you're in conversations, trying to book those calls. Then if those conversations die out, then we go out and we message some more.
Then do more. Okay. So like once someone messages you, I have 3 people that messaged me back from today right now. So like go back, start chatting with them.
In DMs. Yep.
Awesome. I can do that. Yeah, I think I've been letting those responses sit too long too, because I'm afraid I'm like
recency matters.
Responding too fast.
Yeah, we got to get on.
But, okay, all right.
Doesn't matter. It's a better thing.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Talk to you soon, Stevie. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Carolina Torres, what's up? Tell me some wins.
Hey, B, how are you? Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. I'm doing good.
Last week I had 7 calls, which is I think the highest I have in a week. I closed 2 for a year. I had a deposit of 2 for starting next month because they just needed to like gather together their finances. I had 1 no, I didn't pitch one, and I had my first ghost.
Crazy. There we go. 7 calls is good though.
Yeah, it was really good. And actually the question has to do with the person that like ghosted me. So it was super curious because I've had this before in calls when I notice, let's say that they have been struggling for just a couple of months, like a part of me tells me like, don't switch because it's not yet that urgent. You cannot compare if someone has been struggling for like 2 years, hating themselves like when they wear clothes or whatever versus someone that tells me I've been 4 months. But of course, the coach in me knows like those 4 months can turn into 4 years like this. So, like, and I know, let's say, through the whole process, I know that I can help them and I actually can almost get them through the script to say that they need the change and that they're ready for it. But almost every time that this has happened, I get the objection, or like I got with this girl that she's like, yeah, and then she just ghosted me. So I'm wondering, like, where do you kind of like draw that line of like, the coach in me knows the potential, but if it's not yet so much urgency time, that part of me knows that they're not maybe ready yet because it's not that urgent yet, but I know it can become.
This is a great question. The reason it's a great question is because I think that here's the thing, right? Our job on the call is to help people that are ready to be helped, right? And I think it's also our job on the call to create urgency to be able to take action right now and not later. And I think that for me, it's like for somebody to show up to a call, Carolina, the way that I view it is like they have a problem that needs to be solved. So The
Mhm.
fact that they're on that call with me means that there's like, this to me is a big problem for them. Like, that's how I view it in the head. There wouldn't be a big fucking problem if you didn't have a call with me. If you didn't give a shit
Mhm.
about this and you didn't care, we wouldn't be on this call. As I'm going through the script and I'm in a conversation with a prospect and I can tell that they're not giving me signals that this is an urgent thing, the first thing that I'll do is I'll call it out. So calling it out, have you tried calling it out before in a script?
Yeah, I have. I
How
have,
do
for
you
example,
do
when
it? How do you do it?
well, I have like this question of like, what do you think the negative consequences will be? Or like, let's play devil's advocate. And sometimes when like, oh yeah, like I'm not gonna die, and I'm like, okay, I just want to challenge you a little bit because you've been telling me that you've been struggling like this, that you've been feeling like this. So sure, it's not a life of death matter, but don't say it's okay because you're here for a reason. And they're like, oh yeah, okay. Like that's kind of like how I would call it out with those people, like the ones specifically that I'm referring to. Indeed, like I notice that they do have some sort of urgency, and that's why in the call with me. But I think a part of them, because it's been only, let's say, 4 or 5 months, they almost convince themselves it's like, like it's not going to be that bad. Like I'm not going to be there in 3 years anymore. But we have seen it with people that like they do.
Mm-hmm. So I think the way that you're kind of positioning it is like you're positioning it in a way that they're forced to say yes to you. Does that make
Okay.
sense? Whereas
Yeah.
like, I think the way that I position it would be a little bit different. So if I was to position the same kind of thing, so I'd be like, let's do the devil's advocate question. And I want you to give me a bullshit answer. Okay.
Sure.
So like, Carolina, let's just play devil's advocate for a second and let's just pretend you get off this call. You do absolutely nothing. Your health stays in the exact same place. You keep eating the same food and nothing changes. Like, how would that make you feel?
Yeah, it wouldn't make me feel good, but yeah, I'm not sure I wouldn't do anything about it.
What do you mean by that specifically?
Yeah, I think that I mean, right now it's just one pant that doesn't fit, but like, I think if it would be all of them, yeah, I think I would do something about it.
Carolina, do you mind if I challenge you for a minute?
Sure.
Okay. Carolina, when I work with clients, I really, really care about getting them results. It matters to me on a very deep level. Like if I were to work with you, like I want you to drop, 20 plus pounds. I want you to be in the best shape of your life. I want you to be confident in every single piece of clothing that you wear. But in order for you to do that, you literally have to be fully committed to a point where you're like no longer willing to tolerate the life that you're currently living in. And like that level of urgency for me is extremely important because I'm going to deeply care about you as a coach and I'm going to make sure that you win. So I just need to know on my end, is this something that you're absolutely committed to doing right now, or is this just not that important to you?
I wanna be committed.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I just don't know if like I can be 100% adherent, but I know I want to be committed.
Okay. So like I'm not asking you to be perfect, Carolina, okay? Because like obviously I'm a human being too and I'm not perfect. But what I am expecting, and if we were to work together and if this makes sense, is that you give it your very best effort. Can I get your commitment that you're going to give it your very best effort and we're going to try to get better over time? Is that something that you can commit to?
Yeah, I think we can commit to that.
Is that like I think I can commit to that? I'm either going to get your best effort or it's not at all.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I get what you mean. No, I get what you mean.
There we go. Right now so it's like, I'm going to do it in a way where it's like, I'm coming from a place of like, I deeply give a shit about the
Yeah.
results that I do for my clients.
Okay.
And I know that if you come in and you do things, you're like, oh, it would kind of be cool to like fit the pants that I want to fit, that you're not going to get the best possible results. And that just means that like, I feel bad, you're going to feel bad. It's not going to be good. So like,
Okay.
I want to work with people that are 100% committed to change. So are you
For
100%
sure.
committed to change? Well,
Okay.
maybe. What do you mean by that specifically? I want to be committed. Well, like I'm not asking you to be, you know what I mean? I'm just going to go until I
Yeah.
get the answer that I want. And once I have the answer that I want, then I'll move on.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
if I get to that point, and like, here's the thing is like, there's some prospects that, like, when you get to that point, there's some prospects that are just like, and this I would say is a 1 in 10 scenario, but 1 in 10 scenario, you get to that point, prospects are like, honestly, it doesn't really matter if I change or don't change. And I'm like, cool, we're not a good fit. And they'll be like, what? I'm like, this happened to me on a fitness. I remember this fitness client to this day because I was like, I can't work with you. And she was like, pardon me? I was like, I can't work with you. She's like, I literally have a friend in your program I'm ready to pay. I was like, I know, but I don't want to work with you. She's like, why? I was like, because you're not committed to make a change. And so I'm going to take you into my program. You're not going to get the best possible result. In 3 months time from now, you're going to message me all angry that it's not working. I was like, I would just rather that not happen. So like, I'm not willing to work with you. She's like, that's super offensive. I was like, I understand how you feel. I was like, however, when you get to a place where you're ready to 10 out of 10 commit and you're fully all in, I will be the coach that helps you lose 20 pounds. So you message me when you're ready to do that and we can have a conversation. End of the conversation. She actually sent me a rude text right after the call too. And she was like, I literally was prepared to pay you $1,000 cash. And like, I'm offended. I was like, I understand. I was like, if you're ready to get a 10 out of 10 committed, like send me a message. A month later, she messaged me saying, I'm ready, paid in full. And she was my best client. So like
All
you
right.
just have to have that frame where you're willing to walk away when necessary. Again, that's like a 1 in 10 scenario, but like I still remember that client to this day because
Yeah. I've been
you know,
having that lately a little bit more, and it's good like that I draw the boundary. But I was wondering in this case, but okay, like challenging them from the point of like I deeply care. I
Mhm.
think something I think something I can work. Thank you.
cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carolina. Have the best day of your life. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mr. McKinnon, what's up? Big dog with the big energy and the big smile. What's up, G? Dude, I'm a fucking idiot. Somebody messaged me the other day and they're like, who are some of your top powerlifting coaches? I didn't even fucking mention your name because I'm a dumbass. What's up, bro?
You know, I take that personally. I just want you to know that.
I'm honestly offended for you. I'm pissed that I didn't mention your name.
No, all good, man. Some fucking wins. First of all, what's up, Brian? Happy birthday and congrats on the kid, man. Some wins. So just a fun fact. I just hit like 11.1, 11.2 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's super exciting. I mean, I started from the CLA with like 800 followers. So content mastery does work. Fun fact. It's a good time. Regardless, in all that and kind of flowing into my question. Also, just a thank you, man, honestly, to the PT Dom fam and stuff. It has been such a, especially coming from an in-person trainer background, like although I'm just very passionate about fitness in general, like almost everyone is here. I think I finally kind of found my position, found my niche, found my voice in terms of fitness online. That's super exciting. I'm super thankful. And arguably that's been my biggest roadblock all of 2025. Systems are dialed almost to the fucking T. It's been the messaging, and I think I've finally grasped it. So now it's just time to push authority and proof and shit. So I'm super excited for that.
I love that.
Long story short, I have some questions written down here. Bear with me. One, my video that blew up, that motherfucker's at like 10 million views right now. The issue is one, the topic relates to like mental health and stuff like that, and then two, a lot of the influx of followers from that are like kids, like high school ages from the profiles that I'm seeing. Does that disrupt I won't say the algorithm, but does that disrupt like how my videos are shown? I didn't think so. Okay, sick. So
yeah,
just
it's
don't.
like as you go viral, you go viral, and you don't control who follows you. And the bigger
Sure.
your audience gets, the better it is for your brand across the board. It's not going to disrupt your algorithm, and if anything, you're going to get more, people that will engage on your videos, which is going to push it out to a wider audience. So no, it's
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it. Sick. Two, my page, I would say blew up, so to speak, or is very reliable in terms of like talking head content. It's like my bread and butter. I think the content does well, but I'm also trying to expand. I also think my audience is a little bit tired of it. So what I'm finding in regards to not only powerlifting, but like hybrid sort of coaching, so to speak, it's a lot of like, so we're like 7-second overlay kind of reels. And that just feels very shitty to me. And not to say it's wrong, it's just not what I'm used to. So I'm trying to get in the habit of that. Do I need to lean into that because that's what's popular in my niche? Also, like, how do I experiment with split screen reels, other formats?
So talking head is your favorite?
So I'm very comfortable with it. Yeah.
So if talking head is your favorite, what I would do is I would try to get the content style that's the closest to talking head.
Okay.
So for me, the content style that's the closest to talking head would be B-roll workout videos with you doing a voiceover.
Okay.
So it's like you doing a workout. So it's like the same. It's like, so how can you take what's popping in the industry and add your own spin to it? Like what would be popping in the industry is like like, why don't you do voiceovers on like 15 to 30-second reels talking about concept instead of just doing a 7-second reel? And then it's the same sort of idea that you're communicating, but instead of, doing a 7-second reel, which you don't want to do, why don't we just experiment with voiceovers?
Okay.
Then
Super simple.
Then you still get to talk.
Yeah. I can mess around with that. See, this is why I come here. Last thing, man, bear with me. DM follow-ups. I saw a clip from Cole. I think I just posted it. But regardless, like my DM process has been a lot better. I've been way more consistent. Very proud of that. With that in mind, I too have been like, if I don't really get a response, I'll reach out maybe like twice. And if I don't get a response, I kind of let it go. Is there a system, or am I just overthinking it, to kind of go back and be like, if I send an initial message, hey, welcome to the page, blah, blah, blah. And then secondly, like, hey, are you there? How do I still try to follow up on that without feeling like, hey, this is fucking cold?
I wouldn't. So like,
okay,
if you keep following up on it, like they're not going to continue to engage. So like, I've got people in my audience right now, McKinnon as an example, that I sent the message to, followed up, they didn't say anything, and then they replied to one of my ManyChat CTAs, and I tried to message, they didn't say anything, and then I'll post one piece of content that they resonate with, and then they DM me 10K. So it's like, if they're in your audience, that's what matters. Obviously, we want to start the conversation, and we want to see if we can get something going right away. We want to find the 15% of people that are quote unquote now buyers. But as soon as we pass that phase, then at that point, then we just want to have them in our audience, and then they'll see our CTAs, they'll see our stories, blah, blah, blah.
Sick. Some more going to like, I want to say Ragnar necessary approach, but just driving ideal clients, more followers, outreach DMs, more than anything.
Mhm.
Sick. Sick. That's all I need, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, brother. Thanks for being my client. Hope you have a great day. And the next time somebody asks me about a powerlifting coach, I will fucking mention your name.
Fucking better. All right.
I will. I'm sorry I didn't in the first place. Lucy, what's up?
Happy birthday, Brian.
Thank you.
When I booked over 10 calls from my challenge so far, I've gotten on 4 calls in the last like 24 hours, and all of them have given me price objections. So I'm feeling a little frustrated and discouraged because usually I'm pretty good with objections and making a sale when I get on a call with them. I'm pretty confident. And I'm not sure if it's the way that I'm addressing these calls or if they're just like unqualified leads that I'm getting on calls with, or if I'm just like not doing well with serving these clients during the challenge.
It's not that. It's not the third thing. Definitely not the third. Because people wouldn't book a call with you if you weren't doing a good job. And I never want to assume that the leads that I'm getting on calls with are unqualified, because if I make that assumption, then that means I'm going to take all the next calls, and means they're all going to be like, I'm just going to treat them like that. And the third thing is, if I get 3 or 4 no's in a row, like, I'm drilling the fuck out of role plays. I only focus on the things that I can control, Lucy. And so the only thing that you can control is your sales skills. And so I would take the objections that you just got, and I would find somebody that's in the program, and I would literally get on a fucking Zoom call for 45 minutes like a homie, and I would just drill price objections over and over and over and over again. You've got to focus on the things you can control. And right now, the things that you can control is skill. You've got 6 more sales calls booked still.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
So I got 2 or 3 more today.
Yeah. So like, when's your next call?
At 3 o'clock today, so in an hour.
So who wants to role play with Lucy before our next call? Somebody's got to role play with Lucy before our next call. Boom. Let's roll.
Thank you, Quincy.
Plushie. There we go. So like, Q, I want you and Lucy to get on a call, and like, Q, I want you to be a hard prospect. Like, now can't do it. Can't do price. And like just do that for 30 minutes, you know? And Lucy, tell Q some of the objections and some of the reasons that women were not taking action. And then Q can practice doing that. And then you guys can go back and forth. And you don't have to role play the whole script. Just drill price objections over and over again. So when you get the next one, you're ready for it. Last thing, have you tried downselling?
Yeah, so like I basically I pitched my 6-month, and then they're like too much, and then I pitch like a split, and then they do too much, and then I go through like your script of like, if you really feel like this is the right like program for you, like would this be worth it? If I got you like the best results, blah blah blah. Yes, and I'm like, okay, like how about we go for a monthly? And they're like, I still need to check the budget. I go for a deposit, and then they're like, I just can't commit to anything before I check my budget. And then I book a follow-up call, and that's kind of been how they've been going. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty defeated right now.
Price objection me. So I'm gonna pitch me. Let's see how you're doing it.
Pitch you?
Pitch me.
Like from just okay. So
Price drop me. Just like literally quick little rant, price drop.
Okay, so typically I'm like, all right, Brian, like typically I am a in-person trainer. I've spent the last 8 years in-person training, and I've just recently moved online in the last year because I found that in-person training just wasn't affordable to the majority mass. I used to charge $100 an hour, which would cost you about $6K for 6 months of training with me. And that's only covering form and that accountability of showing up to your session. Now, to work with me online, you're going to be getting that accountability, you're getting nutrition, you're getting daily habits, you're getting the personalized workout programs, 24/7 support, and that's only going to cost you $2,500 for the 6-month commitment.
That's a little bit steep.
Yeah, I totally respect that. It is a significant investment. Would it work better for you if we were to split that payment in half and do $1,250 today and do $1,250 a month from now?
Still a little bit steep.
Yeah, I totally hear you. Now, like, I completely get it. It is a significant investment. So would you say, like, investment aside, is this program sound like it's the perfect fit for you and that it would help you get the results that you're looking for?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you a question. If this program was able to get you in the best shape of your life, you absolutely loved looking in the mirror, and you're so proud of the type of person that you became, would this investment be worth it to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I got to say, like, I typically only offer paid in fulls to my clients because I found that the clients that pay in full are typically more serious and committed to their goals. But I would absolutely hate for finances to be the only thing that's stopping you from getting started today. So listen, I'm 100% confident that I'm going to be able to help you reach your goals. And I don't typically do this, but how about we get you started on a monthly payment of $450 instead? That's a little bit easier on your wallet. How does that sound?
Okay. This is good. That was good. Okay, you want to hear my version?
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you what to fix. This is good. And then you can role play this with Q. Fun. Okay, so I'm gonna pitch you. You can do the same thing to me. All right, Lucy. So if you were to hire an in-person trainer, also pay attention to how quick my pitch is. Okay. Cause like, I think that one of the issues, Luce, is that like you're like getting into the pitch is taking you way too long. I wouldn't clearly articulate the $100 per session. I would just
Yeah.
say this. Okay, Lucy. So if you were to work with me as an in-person coach, I used to charge $6,000 for 6 months. And that was only the form stuff. That wasn't any nutrition. That's why I became an online coach. So my training, nutrition, and accountability for 6 months is only 2,500.
Yeah, that's unfortunately just outside my budget right now.
What do you mean by that specifically?
I just don't have the money to be able to pay that.
Okay. Lucy, just first things first, thanks so much for being honest with me. I appreciate you. You know, finances aside, does this program sound like it has everything you're looking for?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, you are really confident in the program and the process that I laid out, and you're happy with how the challenge went so far, correct?
Yeah.
So you like me, you like the program, you like everything I said. It's just about making the finances work. Is that right?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, typically speaking, like the reason, Lucy, that we do it as a pay in full is because we find that the clients that pay in full are significantly more committed. I don't want finances to be the reason that we don't move forward today. And I would absolutely love to change your life. And I'm confident we can do that. If I were to work out some sort of plan with you where I was able to make it more, financially feasible for you to get started, would you be open to hearing that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What if we did, let's say we did 1250 down now. That way we can get you into the program, get you seeing results right away. You can start losing weight and feeling great. And then we could do 1250 in 30 days. That way it doesn't feel like a big chunk investment all up front. And that way we can get you started and you can start seeing results. How does that sound?
Definitely would be more manageable, but I just don't have the money right now.
Okay. Is it like what do you mean when you say that? Is it like you just don't have the 1250 or like what do you mean by that specifically?
Yeah, I don't have the 1250.
Lucy, you're killing me. You're killing me, Lucy. You're killing me. Okay, so listen, Lucy, I'm 100% confident I can change your life. All right. There's not a doubt in my mind. And like you do, like I just want to be super clear. Like you do like everything I'm saying, and you do like the fitness program, and you've loved everything in the 14-day challenge so far. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to do something for you that I don't typically do. And, the reason I don't like to do stuff like this is because, again, when clients pay in full, they're more committed. But like Lucy, based on this conversation, I'm 100% confident I can help you lose 20 pounds. I'm 100% confident you're going to do amazing in the program. And I'm 100% confident in you. I've seen how you showed up in this challenge. I've seen how you've been executing. I've seen how you've been in the group. And I know you're going to be making an amazing member to the community. So what I'm willing to do for you specifically is I'm willing to break it up into monthly installments, which is not something that I typically do. This is going to make it significantly more affordable on the budget. I'm going to make sure that we save, money on fast food, that you're not eating out, Uber Eats, whatever. And then in 6 months time from now, when you're down the 20 pounds, you can send me a thank you card with a transformation photo because you're going to look absolutely amazing and you're going to be thanking me for changing your life. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Is that a yes or is that like a hell yes?
What would that like be broken down to for a monthly payment?
We would be doing $425 a month, which would get you started immediately. And I'm going to give you access to the full thing as if you paid in full. I'm not going to hold anything back.
I'm just gonna have to still check my budget because I'm just not sure I have that available right now.
Okay. What do you mean by that specifically?
Like I just like my credit card's maxed out and I don't have the funds at the moment, so I gotta figure something out.
So it's like, is it that you don't have a card you can put it on? Is it savings? Is it something else?
Yeah, I like my card's maxed out and I got 0 savings.
How do you live, Lucy? Do you eat off food?
Very
stamps?
stressfully.
What are you doing? Are you eating off food? Stamps? Like, what's going on over there? How do you survive?
It's a good question.
How do you survive? What are you eating off of? Like, what are you eating on a daily basis? I need to know what you're on. I need to know what you're doing over there. Lucy, work with me here. Obviously it seems like you do want to join this coaching program. Otherwise you wouldn't be on this call today. So like, work with me here. Like, what were you expecting?
I guess I was just like expecting you to give me some tips on how I can move forward and like, give me the pricing so I can kind of think about it and hopefully budget it in the future.
Okay. So like now, like you were just hoping to get the pricing so you can budget in the future. Like, what does that mean specifically?
Like hopefully like in that I'll be able to join your program.
Okay. So like now that you know the pricing, like, do you think that's going to happen in the future?
I'm hoping I can make that work.
Okay. Like, what are you working with, like cash on hand, credit cards and everything? Like, what do you currently have available so that we can get you started?
Like nothing. I got $5 in my saving account and I got to figure out groceries for this week. So.
Okay. Well, if you get to that level with a prospect, obviously you're not going to close them.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a fucking magician, you guys. All right. Work with me here. But like, I see what you're doing, Lucy. Okay. I can't go anywhere. Okay. You got me in a fucking box, but like,
this is what I'm getting. And I'm just like, fuck.
but pause. Like the difference is the tie downs on the way, So like First thing, did everybody notice my tonality? Everybody notice my tonality? It wasn't direct and firm. It's like when we're doing the pitch, you guys, this is how it needs to work. Okay. Pitch, fucking super confident. Bam. I'm like, fucking listen to me. After I drop the price, I'm like, I pull back. And the reason that I pull back and I'm delivering from like a neutral and calm standpoint is because I don't want them to feel pressure, you know? And I feel like the difference between the way that I was presenting and the way that you were presenting, Lucy, is I felt pressure. So that's the first thing. Second thing.
How do I remove the pressure there?
You got to slow down. Like I just said, you got to slow down.
Like,
you got to slow down. So like,
so I'm like, I pitch, okay, so it's 2,500 paid in full. And then I usually just shut the fuck up until they say something.
right. But do you understand what I mean by like tonality? Like, does that concept come across? So like, I'll give you an example. So right now I'm going to tell you, Lucy, so like if you wanted to join the coaching program, it's going to be 2,500 in full for 6 months. How does that sound?
Is it like the speed of which you're saying it?
No. I'm going to show you. So like, Lucy,
Okay.
if you were to work with me for 6 months, it's going to be $2,500 paid in full. How does that sound?
That's just way more expensive than I was expecting.
Okay. What do you mean by that specifically?
I just like can't fit that in my budget right now.
Okay. And listen, Lucy, I appreciate you notice the difference. I'm like almost pausing for a second. I'm remaining unaffected by anything that they're saying. So first question, what do you mean by that specifically? I always get them to clarify. Always. I'm never like jumping down their throats. What do you mean by that specifically? Second, okay. Thanks for being honest with me. I appreciate you. Notice how neutral and calm I am. Just to be super clear, finances aside, does this program sound like everything you're looking for? And so it sounds to me like you like the challenge, you like the way the program sounds and everything sounds good. Is that correct? So basically what you're saying is like, everything sounds great. It's just about making the budget work. Is that right? Yes. And then I go negotiate. But I'm doing that from like, I'm like taking a big step back, And when you're overcoming the objections, like this is for all of you guys, the talking tracks are good. But when you're overcoming the objections, you can't riff through the talking track. You kind of have to like pause through the talking tracks. Oh, what's up, Carter? I see you, bro. You kind of have to like pause through the talking tracks. If you just like fucking bam, if you're coming at them, like they're going to feel that like intense pressure. The prospects can't feel pressure on those calls. You got to be calm and relaxed. What do you mean by that specifically? Okay. Tell me a little bit more about that. Okay. So just to be super clear, finances aside, this program has everything you're looking for, correct? So you like the program, you like me. It's just about making the budget work. Is that right? Okay. Like notice how calm and like collected I am, So that is what I want you to practice with Quincy is that like cool, calm. Everybody write this in the chat. Stay in the buying pocket, calm. That's called the buying pocket. I want to stay there and I want to be calm in the buying pocket. Because as soon as you drop the price, the second you drop the price, the game is on, right? And if the game is on and it's like, we got fucking two people that are like, yes, no. Like, you should buy. I don't want to buy. You should buy. I don't want to buy. That's going to end really fast. But if the game is on and we can maintain our composure, we can be like, okay, what do you mean by that specifically? And we can be super calm and neutral. And then when we need to, like, if we need to call them out, like, again, when like, after we overcame some objections, Lucy, I was like, Lucy, you're busting my balls over here. Busting my balls. I have no money. I have $5. I'm like, what do you eat? Like, what are you talking about? Like, how are you surviving? I'm like, I'm going to break the tension with a fucking joke here. Right. But we got to be cool, calm, collected. Practice this on your role play. Go close some fucking deals. I know you can do this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have the best day of your entire life. Coach Dana, what's up?
Hey, I'm going to join the birthday train. Happy birthday again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Tell me some wins, Coach D.
So I am just under 14 for the month after my client re-signed, and I have 2 calls today. So I'm hoping to get above that 15 mark again. And then kind of personal, I've been seeing a physical therapist for some time, and we like unlocked a muscle that was like really tight. And like my performance in the gym has just like fucking hit the last few weeks. And I'm really excited for like that personal progress.
Love that.
So one of my challenges right now is trying to balance. I know that you mentioned about the percentage of like value, connection, viral content, but I feel like my brain, whenever I'm planning content, I'm stuck in value mode. I'm like always trying to like think just a value, and I'm like losing some of my like, creativity, and I want to like get more because my growth has slowed down a lot, and I want to keep growing, but I'm like just stuck in like, I need to give value mode. And if I do anything other than that, then I feel like I'm trying too hard, especially when it comes to trying to come up with something viral. So how do you allow yourself to shift from value to creative viral that's not necessarily value? Because I feel like even when I'm trying to create like creative connection or creative viral, whatever, I just keep going back into the value mode again.
Two things. One, stop trying to go viral. It's number one. And number two, stop trying to give value, which leads to number three, just fucking express yourself. Just express yourself. Who gives a fuck if it goes viral? You know, just be authentic. You know, that's such a basic thing to say. But I know for a fact, if you go on your fucking phone right now and you pulled out your phone and just being like, honestly, guys, today was a fucking great day. The reason it was a great day is da 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 da. And today I did da 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 da. And I've been prepping for Lost Lands and da 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 da. I don't know what you're doing over there. I'm just fucking making shit up. But like, stop trying to go viral. Just fucking talk.
Oh, maybe like using the word viral wasn't like the right term. Like trying to create more of that authenticity. I feel like almost like I'm like trying too hard.
Create authenticity. That
I
doesn't fucking
know.
make any sense. How do I create authenticity? Fuck are we talking about? I'm not giving you shit. I'm just like, I'm attacking the concept, not you. Okay. We can't create authenticity. We just have to be, you know?
Yeah. It's almost like when I feel like there's a camera on me though, I'm worried about not fake. Try to think of the best way to explain it. Like I want to be myself,
I understand.
but then when I try to like slow down, I'm like,
I get where you're coming from. I think that if you could communicate to social media the way that you're communicating to me right now, you would fucking pop off. But it's like, that is not the intention of communicating. You know, that can't be the intention when you turn on the camera. The intention when you turn on the camera is just to talk, just talk, dude. So like, I'm going to give you an exercise that you can practice. It's a very simple one. Okay. I want you to pull out your phone and fucking pull up your camera and like sit in front of a nice window or whatever. And just any concept, let's talk about your fucking day. Okay. That's for activity number one. Let's talk about our day. I just want you to talk for 5 minutes straight. Just literally talk.
Okay.
Just talk, you know, and just practice talking and just talk. And then there's probably going to be something in there that you can cut up into a video and then cut that up into a video. Like we just need to get in the habit of, because I understand what you're saying, because I was like that for a while. And you guys know this because I've been your coach for a long time. I wouldn't post a video unless it was scripted. Like I wouldn't do it. Yeah. But the way that I got good at just being able to open up my phone and talk to the cameras, I just open up my phone and I talk to the camera, you know?
Okay.
I get where you're coming from though. Like I do understand where you're coming from, but it's like,
and I get frustrated myself because I've been doing this for years.
I know. I get it, dude. I get it. And like, let go of the need to go viral and let go of the need to give value and just fucking talk. And when you just talk and you practice being authentic, it's not how do I create authenticity? It's how do I be authentic? And when you just get yourself out of the shell, you know, you just have to get on camera and just do the thing. And the more that you do the thing, the easier it becomes, and the easier it becomes, the more you do the thing. And then the more you do the thing and the easier it becomes. You just got to give yourself the reps.
Okay. And then kind of going off that, one other question. So I finally hired a video editor and I have them editing like my split screen stuff and a few other things. When I am doing that kind of content, should I just edit that myself or should I send that to them and be like, hey, can you crop out, like edit these points?
I would edit that yourself because like that stuff takes me like 5 minutes to edit. Like I'll just do a random. I might cut out an or an ah or something, cut out the start and the end, and then I just add captions. It takes me like 5 minutes.
Okay, awesome. I'll do that today and I'll post it in the group.
Cool. Can't wait to see it.
Thank you so much.
Have the best day ever. Good to see you. Bye. What is up, Yadira? How you doing, girl? Tell me a win.
Hello.
10K Mastermind be popping right now. Tell me something good.
So my post is at 1.8 million views, which is insane. Over 1,000 new followers, and my clients that I just signed right now are literally like they came from like the challenge, and they have like re-sprung up like the community in my personal community. So like now the girls who were in my program already for like a couple of months, they have been starting to come back up again. They're starting to jump up again. So it's like the community is getting active again, which is great because it was not good. It was not good over the summer.
We love that.
So it's actually been really amazing. And they're already seeing some amazing results too. Like some of them already, it's been like 2 weeks since they left from like the challenge to my program, and some of them already down like 2 to 5 pounds and stuff. So a lot of good things happening with them. I have a question in terms of like content, kind of similar to Dana actually, but so obviously I'm coming off of this space where I feel like I learned a lot of, or I'm like still learning a lot of lessons from a lot of L's that I went through this past summer in terms of like, you know, just like losing content, and like not losing content, losing some clients, like my income dropping, going through personal struggles and like a lot of things. And so I feel like I want to share a lot more of those things and be more authentic on social media about some of those struggles that I kind of had to go through. And then a lot of the lessons that I learned, which can be very translated to obviously like fitness. So like, for example, one of the reasons why I feel like I got stuck and like things weren't hitting the same, or I lost my passion, is because I was chasing virality versus chasing chasing the impact, or chasing like wanting to give value, wanting to just be myself and just doing things just to do in the sake of getting of going viral, and rather than being like just myself. And so like in parallel to our fitness clients, or like, you know, fitness clients kind of come to us, or sometimes they'll come for the wrong reasons, like, oh, I just want to, you know, look good in a bikini, but we know that that's not really gonna like get people to stay. They need deeper reasons. And sometimes it is, but you know what I mean? Like sometimes they chase fitness for whatever superficial reason and kind of lose the way. So how do I go about, like, I feel like I'm in a space where I'm reflecting on a lot of the lessons that I went through in the last 3 months. And I'm still like kind of like deep in a lot of the things that I'm just starting to learn. And I want to go into more of that space of just like talking about it. But I want to obviously bring it back to fitness. So what is, besides like talking it out and like just storytelling, what is the best way to kind of like deliver me speaking about own lessons, but not making it about me? Because I don't want it to just be like a vlog about me all the time. I do want it to still bring it back to fitness.
Yeah. So the framework, and I'm not going to take credit for this. This is actually something I learned from my boy Ronnie, social media. He's an absolute G. So that we want to start, like when we're talking about like lessons and we're giving something to the audience, I would start with an observable behavior. So like this summer I was posting content because I was trying to go viral and I absolutely hated it, or whatever your observable behavior was. This summer I was posting content to try to go viral and I realized that I lost my passion for it. And it's because I was posting content for all the wrong reasons. So like start with something, an experience that was like it's like an observable behavior. So this summer I was posting content, and then I would tell a story about that. So like all summer I was literally posting content hoping I was going to go viral. And because I was doing it for the wrong reasons, I lost my passion for content. I lost my purpose for what I was doing, and I forgot why I was doing it in the first place. And the reason I was doing it in the first place is to help more women. And I feel like this perfectly ties into people's fitness journey. A lot of women, when they come to me, they're like, oh, I just want to look good in a bikini. But like looking good in a bikini is not the actual reason that you should be trying to get in shape. Like that is one of the things that will happen for sure. But like the main purpose of getting into shape is so that you feel better as a woman. So like we as people need to clearly define the actual reasons that we are doing things. And if we don't have a proper meaning for why we do things, we end up doing things for the wrong reasons and we'll lose passion for it in the first place. So it's like I label an observable behavior, I tell a story, and then I bring it back to the audience. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Observable behavior, I tell a story, and then I bring it back to the audience. So like, you know, observable behavior, you know, this summer I struggled with Here's the story around that thing. Here's how it relates to fitness. And here's a takeaway that you can get from this video. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And then would you mainly do those kind of as just like kind of what we were just saying right now with Dana? Yeah, that's what I figured.
That's the type of content where like you're changing scenes every 1.5 to 3 seconds. It's like, this isn't authentic, you know?
That's what I figured.
It's not authentic.
Would you, so I wouldn't worry too much about like whether or not, because I think I overthink. Sometimes I
Scene
could
changes, no
ramble, all that stuff. So
scene
like
changes, 1.5 to 3 second rule doesn't apply.
none of that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then the other quick question that I had is about the carousel post specifically, because I don't have any. I know I don't have any boosted posts yet, but I was just curious. That wouldn't be necessarily, even though it's gotten like a lot of organic views, because it's not my actual face or like my actual like me in the video or in the post itself. That wouldn't really be. Or what do you think on that being like a boosted post?
We got to let the algorithm decide that. I would argue that it might be a really good boosted post because it's already got organic traction.
That's what I was thinking too, but I didn't know how, or that was like my thought to it, but I didn't know because of the fact that it just doesn't have my face.
Here's why though, because it's speaking specifically to your avatar, right?
Yeah.
So speaking specifically to your avatar, it already has organic traction. When you boost a post that has organic traction, it already has been shown that it will get shared out to more people. So I have a video on my page right now that I like interviewed Brandon from the $1 Million Mastermind, and I walked up to him. I'm like, how much money do you make? And then that video ended up going pretty viral organically. It was like 50,000 views. It had like 100 shares. I boosted that video. That's the main video that I'm boosting right now. And when I first started boosting it, it had 100 shares, but like that demonstrated to me that it had viral potential. If I go to this video right now and I see how many shares this has, this video now has 1,718 shares. but I knew that it was going to perform well because it had already had like 100 shares organically. So if you choose a post to boost that's speaking specifically to your avatar and it already has shares, that means when it gets boosted to more people are going to share it, which means it goes more viral, which means that you get more money for the boost, essentially. So I would argue that it's probably a good one to boost, especially if it's targeted towards your avatar.
Okay. Yeah, no, it is the insights on that one. Let me go. I just had it open right now. The insights to that post, but I'm pretty sure like the shares and stuff like that are like are already like in the thousands.
Yeah,
So
I would definitely test it out then.
yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that was it. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Have the best day of your life. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mr. Abe, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Happy birthday.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Tell me some wins.
Win is 8.7K for October.
Didn't we say we were going to hit 10K this month? We fucking did, didn't we?
Yeah, man. Still a few days left. But yeah, for sure. So it's been great. Now, to my question. So a few weeks ago, I filmed like a follower ad, like specifically to be boosted, and it has worked pretty well. I booked 3 calls from it. 2 of them were like sort of my ideal client. Didn't close any of the calls. I've gotten a deposit, but no close. But my question revolves around. So I picked United States and Canada when I boosted it. The problem is now that I realized when I'm DMing the followers that are coming in, especially from Canada, I get a lot of people from this French Quebec. Right. So, and apparently many of those are not very comfortable talking like English. So they don't want to jump on calls, which is new for me. So what would you do? So I paused this because I noticed that the last few days, all the followers came from, because I can see from the names, like French names.
Yeah.
I was like,
I would resume the ad and turn off Canada.
Okay, just the United States.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you already got 3 calls from it, like that's an indication that this could be a banger.
Yeah, but the thing is, all of those calls, they were from Canada.
I still would turn off the Canada one.
Okay.
Because it's attracting the people that are from, it's attracting the wrong avatar.
Yeah.
So they might have already all been from Canada, but if the follower metric is consistent, then that ad spend would have just been spent in the United States and those calls would have came from the States. So we don't you know what I mean? It's like the ad spend got distributed to those people, which is why we ended up getting those calls booked. But if that ad spend was distributed to the United States, we would have gotten those calls booked from the States.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try that.
Okay.
Perfect, man. Thanks.
Abe, let's go finish over 10K, bro.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Talk to you soon, brother. Peace out. Last and not least, Carter and Brittany, new to the 10K Mastermind. Tell me some wins, guys.
Yes, sir. I don't know, man. It seems like ever since we started chatting with you, we're making like $1,000 a day. It's
I love
it's
that.
wild. So yeah, so we've been doing pretty well, man. Feeling really good about where we're at, and just this is our first pod chat, so we're just like stoked to be here. We watched the content mastery.
You already finished it?
Didn't quite finish it.
Oh, I was like,
because you told me to spend 2 hours on my avatar on that note worksheet. So
I did.
I'd spend a couple hours on that. But yeah, so we were putting together our plan for the 14 posts, and we talked. I think it was Kenny who did on Monday. Talked about 5 pillars. That guy's a legend. And so we were trying to sort of put ours together, and in building that content, if you're not completely comfortable or you're not completely solid with those 5 pillars, it's difficult to know what to hang your hat on as far as what to post. So just thought maybe we'd ask you about that around our avatar.
Yeah. So we leaned in heavy to your avatar in terms of the conversation that we had. So we know for a fact we're speaking to men over 40. What questions specifically did you have about the pillars? Just so I can give you some further context.
I think so when I saw Kenny's, I was like, okay, here's what I think the 5 pillars that a man over 40 struggles with, at least in my experience and having conversations with some of my guys. Mindset, finding the energy. They want to lose fat. They want to build muscle, and they want to restore some level of manhood, whether that's being a good dad, showing up strong at work, your relationships with people, your relationship with yourself, whatever it might be. And so we kind of thought those 5 pillars, but then we're like, fat loss, how do we post it? Like, it just seemed we weren't sure how to
just get some feedback on these ones.
What do you mean?
Like if you felt like those 5 pillars were reasonable, or if you
Yes.
thought one of
Okay.
them was ridiculous.
Understood. I don't think any of those pillars are ridiculous. And I think that all of those pillars are relevant. The only thing that I would say is I would just have a clearer definition of mindset, because like mindset is such a relative term. So like mindset in relation to what?
Yeah. Mindset in relation to, I think a lot of guys at this particular age get wrapped up in what they can't do anymore and what they're not capable of anymore, and the fact that they're tired, so just really trying to help them feel their strength instead of focus on the weakness.
Okay, cool. So like that is a clear definition, and I would just have that clear definition going into content. But I think all of those pillars are highly relevant, and I think that those pillars perfectly align with the conversation that we had as well.
Okay.
Now here's what I will say as well is we've got those are like the 5 things that we can talk about. And we obviously talked about kind of like our content strategy and like what we kind of mapped out in our call. What we want to do is we want to test talking about these subjects, and then we want to lean into the subjects that are doing better on social media, because we want to give the audience, what they need, and give them what they want, and then we sell them what they need. Example of that is like, I think that one of the best things that we do at PT Domination is we teach people how to deliver an amazing service to our clients. That's like probably the best thing that we offer. But whenever I talk about that on social media, nobody gives a fuck. So I never talk about it. Like the only thing I talk about is content and sales. And then when people come in, I'm like, by the way, you got to make sure that, people don't get a shitty service, and that we teach them how to deliver. So I think it's good to have those concepts in mind, and then let's go create content to our avatar. And once we create content to our avatar, let's pay attention to what people are responding to. And then whatever people are responding to, we're going to lean into a little bit more.
Okay. Beautiful. Awesome, man. Thank you. And you mentioned about boosting, but that was for guys that are making over.
Yeah, I would say for you guys, I would just violently attack the plan that we went over. So like, I wouldn't get distracted with like the Black Friday stuff or anything like that. Only thing for you guys to do is attack the plan that we went over, because we attack the plan that we went over, like everything else is going to start to take care of itself.
Okay.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome. Thanks for being my clients, guys. Hope you guys have a great day. And congratulations on making $1,000 a day. Let's keep that trend up.
Thanks, bro.
Got you. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for being my clients. I hope everyone has the best day of their entire lives. Love y'all. And if you're listening to the podcast, you want to work with me, DM me 10K. Let's chat. Bye, guys. Peace out. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.